Opening with the king's pawn controls the center and opens up the light-squared bishop and queen, often leading to sharp games. e5 is a common response that establishes a presence in the center, controls d4, and opens up the queen and dark-squared bishop. Nf3 develops the knight toward the center, attacks the e5 pawn, and prepares to castle. Nc6 develops the knight toward the center, protects the pawn on e5, and eyes the d4 square. The three knights opening begins with nc3, which controls the d5 square and supports the e4 pawn. Nf6 develops the knight, attacks the e4 pawn, and controls the d5 square. d4 takes space in the center, attacks the e5 pawn and allows the dark-squared bishop to develop. Nxd4 captures the d4 pawn and opens up the center. Nxd4 captures the d4 pawn and places the knight in the center. Bb4 develops the bishop and pins the knight on c3 to the king. Nxc6 captures a knight and forces black to double their c-pawns. Bxc6 captures the knight, controls the d5 square and opens up the b-file. Bd3 develops the bishop toward the center, defends the e4 pawn and prepares castling. d5 takes space in the center, attacks the e4 pawn and controls the c4 square. Nxd5 captures the d5 pawn, opens up the diagonal for the light-squared bishop and attacks the c6 pawn. Castling gets the king to a safer square, out of the center of the board, while also developing a rook. Castling kingside tends to be safer because the king is further from the center. This threatens to win a pawn. Castling develops a rook, while also moving the king to safety. Castling to the same side of the board as the opponent tends to lead to less sharp positions as compared with opposite side castling. Capturing that pawn wins material. Bg5 develops the bishop and pins the knight on f6. c6 supports the d5 pawn and allows the queen to develop on the queen side. Qf3 develops the queen to an aggressive square where it attacks the pinned knight on f6. The opposing bishop is kicked by a pawn, and must now move or be captured. This is an equal trade. After all captures, this is an equal trade. This forces doubled pawns in front of the opponent's king, decreasing its safety and harming the pawn structure. Recaptures. Master games. It is the last book move. This is not the best. It is an inaccuracy. This ignores an opportunity to threaten winning a pawn. It is an inaccuracy. That's what I would have recommended. It is best. Balanced, neither player ever had an advantage. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening.